Hey everybody. It's Thursday. That's all I know. It's Thursday, I think. And we're here in the annex. It's late in the day. I had a really long, really busy day. I'm exhausted, just about ready to settle down. And I thought we could do just a little close up, whatever the kittens happen to be up to, before I do settle down. Lots of news and things to talk about today, though, or at least a few. So, first off, you may have noticed that yesterday morning, and then again this morning, and then a couple times through the day, Tilbury has been picking up her kittens and carrying them to the door, which is, I know it's a little harsh to watch because I don't know, she kind of drags them along the way she does. But she knows what she's doing. She's actually very gentle, and the kittens are fine, which is another thing you see if you watch her doing it. And no, none of us know what it's about. Your guess is as good as ours. She could be trying to take them out of the room, or just could want them to go over by the door, or she could be, teaching them some lesson that we don't know, or she could just be doing it. Maybe she doesn't even know why. But it is just about time for us to move them down to the main room, which might have happened a couple days ago, might have happened today, but I keep getting distracted by other things. So definitely by this weekend, we'll be moving them downstairs. Maybe tomorrow if I manage to get stuff done. We'll see, but it's imminent, and I hope that turns out to be something that Tilly has a good time with, and not something that makes her all sort of nervous and anxious. So we'll see how it goes. I think she's going to really enjoy it. She's been all over the house already, and her kittens, by the way, her kittens have walked outside of the room just a little bit and met the faculty with her watching, and she's fine with it, which is amazing to me. And then also Maggie's wandered in the room just a little bit too with her kittens here, and she's been fine with it, which is just unprecedented for any sort of mom cat. Almost always, even the really calm ones, when the faculty comes into their space, that's a different story. But so far, Tilly seems like she's okay with it. Not to say that I'm just letting it happen freely, but I was really impressed. I'm so surprised that Tilly is okay with that. So high hopes for the move downstairs being something that'll be really good and fun, and I think she'll take it well. I hope. So that's that. Now, yesterday, somebody on the close-up chat, which, by the way, I don't always get to see the chat too well, and especially lately, I have not been reading the chat as well as I ought to. The kitten's cuteness is a little distracting. Plus, I've just been a little distracted lately, and I apologize for that. But it was mentioned to me by multiple people that someone, was it JP Eagle or something like that on yesterday's close-up, was asking about donations and what we do with the donations and that sort of thing. And there's a couple things about that I want to address really briefly. I don't want to belabor the point at all. But first off, all of the Patreon donations are for the kittens, and we use those for the kittens' food. We use it for their kittens' health care, litter, that kind of stuff. The biggest expense, and I know this because today is the last day for tax returns if you filed an extension, as we do. So I just happen to have all this stuff on my mind anyway. And I can tell you from that process that the medical expenses are by far the biggest expense for Kitten Academy. And of course, it's the Patreon donations that help pay for that. So that's where it goes, just so you know. And I know people have seen, lately I've talked a little bit about stuff that I'm doing in my personal life, which unfortunately has involved spending a little bit of money on things. That is not money from the Patreons. It never has been, and it never would be. And I know some of you are probably like, well, then how do you have any money? So DJ has a job. So that's good, and that counts for something. Plus, some of you might, and some of you that have been watching for, I know we've got a lot of new people watching. Some of you that have been watching for a while know this. You'll remember that when we started Kitten Academy, I too had a job. And then I basically got fed up and quit, but not before we stocked away plenty of what came from that job so that we could take care of ourselves. So that's the way that's really all the detail I'd like to get into on that is that we're doing fine and the donations are for the cats. The Patreons are absolutely stuff for the cats and kittens and not for us. So I want you to know that. But I've got a much, much more important point, I think, to talk to you about as far as that goes. And that more important thing is that we know, and I used to say this all the time. I haven't said it in a while, and that's all on me. We know that making those donations is not for everybody. We know that the Patreon, it's not for everybody, and we know that even $1 a month can be a lot of money to put into something, like Kitten Academy for some people. And for people, if you've got those, if I guess what I'm trying to say is if it is a burden to you, please do not feel bad about not sending us, not participating in that Patreon. Please we would rather that you didn't do that. And we always try to keep everything as much as possible available to everybody, whether you are on the Patreon or whether you're not. And I know it seems like lately I'm always talking about, I did this on the Patreon, I did that on the Patreon, but it's always stuff that I either end up tweeting it later or it's like a video that you guys just get a little bit earlier, but everybody gets to see it. I really try hard not to make anything that's just exclusive like that because I want everybody to feel like they're involved. So please, keep that in mind. I completely understand that not everybody can or would join that, and that's the way we want it. We don't want you to put yourselves out on our behalf. That's ridiculous. Please don't do that. On that note, that's why I always try to say thank you so much for watching and make the point that watching does help us because that's something that all of you do. I know if you're listening to me, you're a person that's watching, and I know that that's helping us. And I want you to know that I appreciate that. That's why I always try to call that out, is because that's all that some of you, can or would do. And it's great. That's exactly what we need from you. So thank you so much for that. So, thank you also to, I think it was something like JP Eagle or I'm sorry, I didn't get the name in front of me, but whoever it was, thank you for giving me a chance to talk about it a little bit and reminding me that I haven't talked about it in a long time, and I really should have. So I hope that all came out clearly. I didn't plan it as well as I should have. And like I said, it's been a long day, but my basic point is this. Everything on the Patreon is for the kittens. A lot of it is for their medical expenses. You just would be amazed at how much we put into that and how much you put into that, I guess. Then also, please don't feel like you should contribute to the Patreon if it's a burden for you. We would much rather that you didn't. If it's a burden for you, we know you've got your own families and your own cats probably, and you should definitely, absolutely, 100%, please take care of them first. And as we always say, if you have money that you'd like to donate it to your local shelter or to someone that that's in need. Please, think of those things that are important to you and do those first. Please do. So. So that's what I would like for you to know is, and like I said, just watching helps us out a lot, and I know all of you do that because otherwise you wouldn't be hearing me. So thank you so much for that. And that's it. I wanted to address that, and I wanted to say thank you for mentioning it on the close-up so that I would have the chance to, and the reminder. I should mention it more often. I know lately I've kind of gotten into the habit of just saying, oh, the Discord this and the Patreon that, and I shouldn't do that because it is sort of exclusionary, and I don't ever intend to be that way. I want everybody to be involved and to feel like they're involved and to feel like we're here for all of you. Really, we are, and all of you are here for us, and we appreciate that quite a bit. It's all about getting the kittens adopted out too, and just watching the stream helps that happen. It really does. Even if you're not going to adopt the kitten, you're still contributing to the viewership numbers, and then YouTube shows it to more people, and then we get the kittens adopted. So literally watching literally helps the kittens. It really does. So um, so yeah, thank you all so much. However it is that you contribute, if you are watching, you count as one of those people, and that's all that we would ever ask of you, really. So yeah, okay. So that was important for me to talk about, and I talked to you already about. I already mentioned about how uh, Tilbury has been moving her kittens around, and we don't know why, but it's probably going to continue. And I told you about how we're going to move her downstairs soon, really soon, maybe tomorrow. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be tomorrow, but I just, I didn't see any reason it wouldn't be a couple of days ago either. And then all this other stuff came up, so it does happen. Um, there was one other thing. Oh, yes, there was one other thing. Oh, very exciting because just this evening, I got a message from Dawes, the Danbury Animal Welfare Society. Uh, they're the ones that we foster kittens for. They were the ones that find us our mom cats and that help manage the adoption process for these kittens. And that message that I got from them said there is a transport coming in on the 24th with additional mom cats, and if we're ready, they would like to send one our way. So I said, all right, you know what? I think we're ready. I think we're ready to bring in another new mom cat, especially since Tilbury's been so easy. So I would expect a new mom cat to arrive soon, maybe on the 24th, maybe shortly thereafter. We'll see. I don't have any specific word from them yet, but I think that's the plan. That's very exciting, especially with as easy as Tilbury's been. I mean, it's almost no work at all. So uh, it's just spectacular, and I think we're ready for another disaster. So let's bring it on. That's what I say. So we'll see how it goes. I guess that's about it, really, as far as all the news I can imagine trying to tell you about. We did, yeah, Andrea Chu. We really did need an easy class, and I'm glad that this class has been so easy. What a nice, just a chance to take a breath. Really much needed. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Morgie? You little Morgan bear. Are you even real? Everybody wants to know if you're real. Good question, Packer Cats. Custard and his Jingle Bell. I think it's not. It's working a little bit, but he still doesn't get free roam in the house. We only let him out when he's supervised, and then inevitably, after a little while, he starts some trouble, and then we put him back away for a while. Um, and yesterday, it was Smokey he decided to start trouble with, which is just not okay. You don't mess with Smokey. So yeah, he's been the one that's gotten to spend all the evenings with us in the spa after it's time to settle down. That's we usually bring him in and he just spends the night with us, and that works out pretty well. But yeah, he's still a bully. Yeah, I don't see that changing anytime soon, but we're working on it slowly, slowly but surely. I do think that the fact that he's wearing the bell gives Loganberry a better chance to avoid him, which is good. But someone did write to us to tell us that they tried that with their cats, and after a while, just the sound of the bell would make their cat freak out, which is not. That's not. We don't want that, especially not for Loganberry, who always comes running to play when there's a bell. So we'll see how it goes. Speaking of playing, look at that. We got a whole guitar trio here. Guitar playing. Yeah, so hey, just one more thing on the topics that I was talking about is I hope everything I said made sense, and I hope I didn't say anything crazy because I really don't rehearse any of this ahead of time like I ought to if we did things right. But if you end up with more questions about it or anybody else has concerns, let us know. I do appreciate it. Hi, Brumbles. Hi, what are you doing with your ridiculous face, your upturned whiskers? We should weigh some kittens. What do you guys think? What does it mean? Okay. Well, let's get the scale going, and then we'll go in some kind of order. Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you here. I love the way Brumby's the top whiskers turn up. Really does look like one of those photographs of Salvador Dali. All right, let's go in. Hi, Clyde. Got right under there when I moved, didn't you? Let's start with Quartz, though, who's running around over by the litter boxes. These kids have been climbing things. They're so ready for a bigger, more fun environment, and I'm excited to bring it to them hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. 18.6. Good job. 18.6. Let's look at your face. Look at those eyes. Oh my gosh, so bright blue. I think they really are a different blue than the other kittens. It's hard to tell though because the white is such a contrast, that could really make the difference there too. But wow, that's stunning. Completely stunning. Hey, what are you doing, little stunner? Little stunner Quartzy. Little stunner Quartzy. I think that when we're done with this close-up, I think Quartz and Brumby are going to get a visit to the spa to see DJ for a few minutes in her natural habitat. But let's see. Next up should be Shire, who's having a fight with Clyde. Oh, by the way, that was another thing I wanted to tell you about is that last night, Shire and Clyde were the ones that got the trip to the spa to see DJ. Shire, by the way, 25.2 or 1. Let's start it over again here. Sit down. Wait. All right, we're going to go 25.1 for Shire. So Shire and Clyde went to the spa last night with DJ, and they both did great. Although at first they were both a little shy, and then Shire came around real fast and wanted to explore and snuggle, mostly snuggle. Shire was really cool about wanting to come over and just play with me and snuggle with me and be close to me and hang out. Clyde was a little more shy for a longer period of time. I think Clyde was a little bit disturbed by the change of scenery and the noises and things. But he did also eventually come around. And the funniest thing, which I don't have any pictures to prove, but Clyde, every time that Loganberry would come by, Clyde would go underneath Loganberry while he was standing up and then just push up on him and then just stand there, like pushing on him from underneath. I don't even know how to describe it. Just like he just wanted to stand under the Logan Bridge and butt his head up against Logan's belly, not like he was nursing, but more like he was just pushing on him, like to know he was there, kind of. Anyway, it was cute. So Let's see, who's next? Is it, yeah, standing cuddles is a good way to put it. That's basically what it was. Wow, Shire started with Quartz and just, Quartz is not happy about it back there. Did you hear that? Oh, Quartz. Quartz is telling Shire to back off until he wants him to solve it. Come on, Tilly, teach your kids a lesson. Come on in here. I saw you. You heard Quartzy. You need to lay down the law so that they know how to be polite. Shire needs to learn how to be polite. Okay, so where are we? Or do we do Brumby next? I think we do. I don't know. I lost track, but let's see. Where's Brumby? Oh, in here, in the pile. The fighting pile inside the cactus. Okay. Okay, Brumbles. Okay. Oh, the scale turned off, though. Gotta start it up again. Ready for this? Okay, there we go, Brumbles. 18.5. That's a good weight. Little Brumble Bean. Show us your ridiculous face. Oh, it's too silly. It's too silly. You've always got your eyes completely wide, too. That's another Salvador Dali photograph thing. Wow. So cute, though. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I can't stand it, Brumbies. Okay, then I think we're going to go to Morgan. What are you doing, Morgan? All right, Morgan, you got to come with us. We got to weigh you. Oh, okay, right over here, you big muppet. 22.5. 5. Yes, we're going to stick with 5. You are a big muppet, too. Let's see your face. Have a look at you. Little muppet head. You do. You look like a teddy bear or a muppet. How can you be real? Okay, Morgan, you're way too cute. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Okay, good. And, oh, hey, Clyde, you came over here to say hi. All right, let's do this. Let's do it right in there. Mr. Clyde, 23.6. Good, that's everybody. That's everybody. Clyde, let's see your silly face. I know you're the one who doesn't like to be held very much, but let's just show everybody. Oh, you got that silly chin. I know. We got you, pal. We got you. We got you. Lick, 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 lick. Okay. All right, pal. You like to play the most, though. Yeah, I know. You're the biggest player. I know it. Well, that's all the kittens, and that's all the news, and I definitely said everything I meant to say. Probably more, maybe less, though. So if anybody, like I said, if you're ever concerned about anything, definitely let us know. You can email headmaster@kitten.academy. That goes to Lisa, who then she does a great job of just responding to everybody and helping everybody out. But whenever there's anything that needs to get my attention, she's one of the people that told me that I needed to address those things today on the close up, and so were some of the mods that you've seen in the chat today. They also let me know that that's something I should talk about today, and it was good. I think it was very good because, like I said, I used to talk about it once in a while, and it seems like I've forgotten to talk about it for quite a while now. So I hope I covered it well enough. And one more time, seriously, thank you guys all so much for watching, for joining us, and just watching is all so helpful to us. Again, it's all, in the end, it's all about getting these kittens adopted. And like I said, just watching literally helps that happen. So we really appreciate all of you. Morgan is such a good eater. I see her eating with her mom all of the time. I don't see the other ones eating quite as often, but I know they do. I wish they all would do it the way Morgan does, though. All right. Well, if you want to keep watching these kittens, tune into the Kitten Academy live stream, and with a little luck, we'll be able to keep them on the camera more often than not. Otherwise, you can join us tomorrow for another close-up just like this one, but maybe with a little less talk about the business of the Kitten Academy and just a little bit more enjoyment of kittens being crazy. That's what we aim for. You three, this is not a place to play. We got the whole room to play with things that makes better filming than over here in this corner. They're all climbed up on the basket now. On the trash can. They want a cat tree. They want the cat tree down in the main room. We'll have to get it to them soon, real soon. All right. See all you guys later.